Whole-COMM is a project funded by the Horizon 2020 program and has the goal of investigating what happened after the arrival of refugees and asylum seekers in small localities in Europe around 2014, 2015. Our approach was very much on the various actors, the whole of community, mobilizing in order to cope with social change in these localities, and where there is probably less of familiarity with diversity and with multiculturalism. So we undertook this journey in 2021 when we started the project, interviewing basically all the relevant actors in these localities to understand how they were really dealing with the change that was brought about by the asylum crisis in Europe. What we see is that there is still a lack really of interactions between migrants and locals and local residents in these communities. And in this respect, we think that this key message is that policies on the one hand and social interaction on the other are relating to each other and are both crucial in order to feed into positive processes of social integration into small communities.
In other words, we want the municipalities, the small towns, the medium-sized towns, and all towns to understand where they stand in integration policy and what they need to do to improve it. To this end, we created the toolbox in 5 different areas of policy making. One is governance, where we found that strategy is an area that is missing in many municipalities. And in fact, when they have a good strategy, they really go ahead with implementation in the different areas of integration policy, such as education and health and housing, which is also covered in the toolbox. We really looked at what is up there at the grassroots level, and we really collected a lot of data from our stakeholders, from the very towns, from the very people who work with migrants, from the migrants themselves. And this is important because we really hope at this point that those partners will actually take this toolbox and start implementing it.
The project also engaged in practical applied activities, first to create empathy through storytelling narratives and also to bring people together. One of these initiatives was walking tours, which we have in 4 countries, where we made a walking tour on the theme of change and invited people from different communities to see their localities with fresh new eyes under the theme of change. We did videos in 5 countries, having stories of migrants narrated and getting their perspective. In Italy, in Spain, in Austria, in Sweden, and in Germany.
It's very important for Whole-COMM to be at the Committee of the Region, to have the opportunity to present the results in this institution that has been investing a lot in engaging local communities and regions around integration and migration issues. So it is important to be here because small communities are really the place where things happen, and by bringing this feeling in the European institutions, we hope to mobilize more attention, so from Brussels to the many communities that are so vital in making Europe from the grassroots.